Am I going to have a screen today?
Yes.
Okay. Hey, folks. Okay, so I have some basic idea of what's going on here. It is really tight quarters at the moment here. So we're hoping Polly doesn't knock over the camera and pull out wires and start a fire with the lights and whatnot. So welcome, everybody. Feel free to start posting your questions. I'm here at a hotel writing a pitch to a publisher, hoping to get a book advance. Wish me luck. And a little cooped up in this space, but it's been very productive, very good. So I hope everybody's having a good week so far. Again, feel free to start posting your questions. Include names of anyone that you're referring to, living or deceased. If you're asking about a job, if you're asking about a pet, include names there as well. Okay, you want to know about a relationship, put the person's first name down. I do want to ask everyone to go on at this time where you see that like button and give this video a thumbs up. It is greatly appreciated. Feel free to donate. Always grateful for your donations here. And if you would like to become a member, you can hit that join button. There are different tiers. It's explained there when you hit that button. But you can get all kinds of stuff like behind the scenes extras, additional curriculum, direct spirit messages, your monthly horoscope. There's tons going on. Check it out. How are we doing on technology here? Do we have sound and voice?
Yep.
Okay, very good. All right. So Paul, my adorable producer, how are you, Polly?
Great, thanks. How are you?
I'm good. Paul will be taking your questions. Okay, again, feel free to post. Thank you so much for the donations. I do want to make a couple quick announcements while we let people tune in. We have numerology class opening open for registration. Go to ivyleaguepsychicacademy.com. Danny Johnson, our numerologist, will be bringing that to you. And it starts when?
Starts Thursday, June 17th.
June 17th. Okay, so that is soon. I believe that's an 8-week course. Is that correct?
That's correct.
Okay. So for those of you that are number people, if number patterns follow you, if you feel that angels, your ancestors, your guides are communicating through numbers, if you find that you have birth dates and death dates that match up for you, and you even like wake up and look at the clock at a certain time, if these things are always there for you when you're going through a lot of change in your life, you may be a numerology person and you're definitely going to want to learn the language. Okay, so registration is now open for that. Reiki, levels 1 and 2, as well as masters. Registration is now open. That is filling up fast. Paul, when is that?
That's Saturday, May 22nd.
Okay, Saturday, May 22nd, obviously through Zoom. Now, you can always get a video download of that at any time. You can get certified in Reiki training through the Academy, and we do include some psychic surgery information in with that as well. Is there anything else I was supposed to mention?
Walk-in night?
Walk-in night. Okay. Walk-in night tickets are now on sale. Our monthly walk-in night virtual from the comfort of your own home. Psychic Fair, $15 gets you 2 readings, 2 healings, a reading or a healing. That is amazing, which means it sells out every month. So you're going to want to get your tickets in advance. Go to Ivy Rivera, psychicmedium.com. That is students and graduates of the Ivy League Psychic Academy offering readings and healings to the public. That is the 29th of May. That's a Saturday starting at 8 p.m. Eastern. Check it out. I am now offering 2 new products. So if you guys don't have time to wait to get a reading with me, you can always go through the Ivy Ceiling call center. That's 7 days a week. Or I have these 2 new things where you can either get a direct spirit message sent to you, or if you don't know what abilities you have, are you a psychic, a medium, or an empath, you can also order that for yourself. And these make great gifts, and they're like $25 and $30. Okay, and you'll get that a lot faster. So check it out, Ivy Rivera, psychicmedium.com. Are we ready to get started?
Yeah.
Okay.
This one is from Chris.
Okay.
My spirit guide's telling me to stay with my husband, Kirk, or move on.
I don't really feel like they're telling you what to do. It's no wonder you're confused. They're not going to do that in this situation. You are in a free will zone. So it is up to you what you choose to do with this. They're making a lot of recommendations that you pay attention to certain things, like your self-development, like your self-care, like your self-respect, whether or not you feel positive or negative in this relationship. Is this good for your health? Is this good for your mental and emotional well-being? I feel like they've been trying to point these things out to you for a long, long time. I think that psychically, what I'm noticing with it is that there doesn't seem to be a lot of progress here. It seems that you came at the problems in this relationship in the past with a sort of headstrong attitude, strong like bull. I'm going to stick this out. We're going to see changes. This is what I need. I see you communicating in what should have been an effective manner, but it fell on deaf ears. I feel that your partner tosses his hands up when he's stressed, and he just goes, I don't know what to do, so I'm just going to bury my head in the sand and I'm just going to do nothing. Well, that's not really a partnership then. That's more like raising a child. And teaching a child how to function like an adult in the world, and he will just probably do that based on what I'm seeing in the future as a pattern, possibly forever. So I think that these things are being pointed out to you, and that's what they're saying is this good enough for you? Is this a standard you're setting? And it's up to your free will what you choose to do with it. But if the answer is constantly no, you may need to look at alternatives.
Okay, we have one here from Susanna.
Okay.
I was wondering, where is my grandma Bonnie's wedding ring? It's been missing for years.
I saw it between two different houses. And then I saw what feels like your house. It feels like there's a bedroom with a dresser up on either a wall, or there may be a window behind this, but it's like closed. It feels dark. And I saw it on that dresser. Then I saw it move to another room. And so if there is like a hallway and several other rooms, it seems to be in one of those two rooms. And I'm going to have to go with the first one, even more than the second one. And it feels to me almost like it's lost, whether it be in like boxes or storage, or if this is like an extra room. There's a lot of stuff in there. So I think that it was shifted, and I don't think anyone was really aware that it happened. I'm wondering if a lot was going on during that time, and it was like, hurry up, the stuff has to get moved, and you really didn't know that it was even in there. Mm-hmm.
Okay. This one is from David.
Okay.
I was just wondering if something has changed with my work and money guide recently. I feel like he's asking me to call him by a different name. Things are a bit foggy with this guide lately overall.
It sounds like you've had a transition. So check out my class called Meet Your Guides up on the website, ivyleaguepsychicacademy.com. Paul could put that in the comments for you if he has time here. So in Meet Your Guides class, I talk about transitional guides. And I use the example of my relationship guide. There was a time when my relationship guide was switching out from one guide to another guide to another guide. And every time I had a new one, I knew whatever relationship I was in was going to end. And that was sometimes disturbing, as it can be with your job, but it's not necessarily a problem. The fact that you're catching it is great. You definitely want to understand, though, that this guide is going to communicate completely differently than the other one. And you don't have to understand everything about the way this new guide is going to communicate. You just have to know their energy and start spending more time with them because it is symbolic of change coming. I would say every morning with your morning cup of coffee for 5 or 10 minutes and say, what should I know today about my work? I don't even necessarily feel like this guide is coming in because you're abandoning everything you used to do, as much as it is like you're expanding and you're leveling up in some way. I also feel like this is an opportunity if he's trying to really bring this different kind of energy to the table. It's about your creativity, being able to get your hands dirty more than what you have been in the past. And that's going to require a new character to come in. It's pretty exciting, actually. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, changing in guides is pretty neat.
Yeah, changing guides is really neat. It's really overlooked. It causes a lot of confusion. I think very few people understand the process and why it happens, and that it's also not the most common thing to see, because a lot of guides that get appointed to us are lifelong and may have been there in previous lives. So it is a little different.
All right. We have one here from Norma.
Okay.
Will I receive a lot bigger workers' compensation reward than I just received?
Will you receive a much bigger workers' compensation than what you just received? I think so. They're showing me the difference between like a 3 and a 5, okay, as that first digit. And so that's symbolic of 2 up. So not necessarily double what you got, but definitely an increase. Mm-hmm.
Okay. We have one here from Jessica.
Okay.
Can you tell me what spiritual gifts I should focus on?
Okay, focus on. If I were you, I would focus on the fact that you're a level 2 empath moving into 3 and your mediumistic abilities that are increasing with that. So right over here to the past, they mentioned that you just shifted from a level 2 to a level 3. See my empathic awareness training, Ivy Rivera, empathiceducator.com. And understand that when you leave the first and the second levels and you get into the third and the fourth, it's a whole new cup of tea. I mean, it changes you in a profound way. It changes not only you and the way you see yourself, the way you handle your health, your energy, your mental and emotional state. It changes the way the universe interacts with you. So you're going to attract different kinds of people, situations, everything alters when you go into the third and the fourth levels. You also develop something called electric person syndrome and telepathy. Okay, so check out that class to learn more. Go to my TikTok and look there for short clips on this. But the other thing that I'm seeing, and this is pretty common, when you move up into the third or the fourth levels, we see a major increase with psychic and mediumistic abilities. They're not mentioning so much with your psychic stuff as much as the mediumship at this time. And so it's going to be important that you understand discernment and you start paying more attention to who is talking to you. A lot of people say, well, I'm not dealing with the spirits, or I'm not trying to be medium, or I'm not addressing that. That's irrelevant. What you want in this is irrelevant. It is automatically like a light is on above your head, and they will all come, which means negative spirits will come, positive spirits will come. And it does become your responsibility to control that and to set boundaries. Okay, so check out the Psychic Mediumship course.
This one is from Sierra.
Okay.
I was hoping to receive some information about the name Emmett and who that is.
Feels like a grandfather. I keep hearing that there's some paternal energy here, paternal side. Yeah. And I'm hearing 3. Okay, so there may be 3. So we could say 3 generations. We could say 3 generations back. We could say 3 Emmets. But it also feels to me like it's connected to your house. So it's very possible that there's energy coming in your current residency from this person. And I don't feel anything negative. I just feel that it's curious. And I feel sometimes watchful where you're concerned, and other times it's just sort of benign. It's just sort of like, this person's energy is just doing their own thing. Mm-hmm.
All right.
I'm also seeing coins. So I would also pay attention to pennies from heaven, any kind of coins being left for you, and even the dates on these coins. Okay, pay close attention and collect them. That's interaction.
Very cool. Mm-hmm. This one is from Kayla.
Okay.
I was wondering if my brother Joey, who passed away, has any messages for me.
He does. When he comes in here, he is talking about getting the chains off from around his ankles. He wants you to know how free he is and how well he's doing. feeling really great in life. He's also talking about you keeping an eye on your life. I don't understand tarot, but I'm seeing the devil card where there is addiction mentioned, or there are habits being formed. In this case, I don't feel like you have addiction issues. I feel like I'm talking more about the habits that you may have and a mentality that you're chained somehow. So he's mentioning the chains around your ankles, and he's mentioning that you may be doing this with someone else, or you feel chained to a situation. And I would look up that card and I would Google it because I don't know a lot about it. Paul could help you out more with that. But I think that what's important here is that you pay attention to your mentality. He says that it's up to you whether or not you stay chained to people and situations. It's up to you whether you stay downtrodden and trapped or you get yourself free. And it's important to also understand that those chains, they're not hooked. They're not locked. There's no need for a key. They're not even real. It's not a closure. It's a suggestion. Okay. So it's like change your mentality and get free. He wants to see more of that for you so that you can be happier. And I see more growth, prosperity, potential after that. He loves you very much.
Very cool. Want to take a second here to thank Susanna, Jessica, Sierra, Kayla, Look B for your donations. It's very generous. Thank you so much. And Susanna and Kayla said thank you so much. Everyone's loving these answers and tuning in and asking great questions, which is
fun. Some weeks it's all the same and that's fine, but some weeks it's very different. I was noticing that these are freaking awesome questions. Yeah, thanks so much for the donations, guys. Very exciting. Okay, so we'll keep going.
Yeah. Okay. Next up, we have one from, excuse me, Deirdre.
Again.
Every
week with you lately.
Every week. This is from Deirdre.
Okay.
Can you tell me if my sister and I will make amends? Her name is Colleen.
Colleen is distant and she's not very consistent. Colleen doesn't like to rock the boat or to be made uncomfortable. You, on the other hand, are pretty decent with confrontation if you have to be, and you have a more dominant, forceful nature about you. So these are really polar opposites here. And I feel like when your energy comes in, I don't know if you're the oldest one or not, but you read as being older. And when your energy comes in, it's almost like she feels suffocated or stifled, or like she wants to rebel in some way. And her system of rebelling is by recoiling. And it's going to be really important that you allow for space there. Space meaning you don't try, you don't excessively reach out, you stay in your lane, you don't enable, you keep healthy boundaries. The best thing you could do with your sister is to keep healthy boundaries and to allow for her to, this sounds funny because she seems grown, you both seem grown, but to let her grow up, to let her grow out of being in that state of feeling confined by your energy or anyone else's energy. And so there is some growth that she needs to do before this can happen. I would not be shocked if in about 2 years, if you can consistently do this and just manifest what you want to see happen without even energetically being overbearing, I think that you could see some kind of reconciliation here. And while it seems lighthearted and it seems light and it seems even fairly distant then, I think that's a great place to start. Yeah. But I do feel it would be her reaching out.
Okay. This is from Look B.
Okay.
Should I move to Hawaii?
Ooh, this feels difficult. Should you move to Hawaii? Should she move to Hawaii? I think so, but I really don't know if now is the best time. This feels like a hammer, like a bag of hammers coming down right at your face from above. It's like, oh God, what else? This could be difficult as a transition, but I think that you should find yourself out there within the next 3 years. I just am thinking that at the 3-year mark out from now, you're going to have more leverage. You're going to have more influence. You're going to have more doors of opportunity open for you to do it with a smoother transition. And there seems to be somebody there who's either a male or is in a position of authority to influence things for you. If you do it now, it feels to me like you're doing it on your own. It also seems like some of the information you're getting from anyone who's doing it with you or is helping you, it seems like they're giving you misinformation. No, I'm not accusing anyone of being shady per se, but are they thorough? Are we sure? Is what you're being told actually going to happen, or are you going to get stuck holding the bag and you have to start over in the middle of all this transition? There just seems to be misinformation coming in. So I think it could be tricky for you to do it now. I don't feel necessarily like it's wrong. I think it's up to your free will, and out from now, you should really have it figured out. Yes, I do think you need to be there.
Okay. This is from Sonia.
Mm-hmm.
I did a guided meditation. Can you please tell me why England 1776 is significant to me?
1776. I think that you may have had a child around that time. And I do feel that this child would have been reborn into this life with you, not necessarily as your child, but definitely as like a soulmate connection. And I would almost wonder if this came up in a love partnership. So if you were ever entangled in a love partnership that felt more like parent-to-child dynamics were surfacing from time to time, that could be part of it. You also there's mention of a sister. Okay, so that would have been there at that time. Well, I think that, obviously we're talking about past life. Okay, and so you might want to book a past life reading with me where we could look more in depth at it, because it's clearly affecting your life now, or it wouldn't be coming up. And I think that that's the best place for us to focus. So if I were to say that this is important for a reason, I really do think that it has a lot to do with you protecting what is rightfully yours. And you also seem to be in some business practices. So whether you were like a vendor, or you had, product that you were able to bring to town and showcase. I see you going off the street and back into like an alleyway, and then into a building and getting stuff and bringing it out, And there's some mention of whether it's like metal or what do they call them, like almost like blacksmiths or something, somebody doing that also behind you. So you seem to be working with others as well. And I think this is about business. I think this is about your career. I think this is about you being in a position of power, self-employed, ownership, stuff like that. And having that freedom, but also understanding that you have that skill, not only in regards to money, but also sales, unfinished business. Yep. That's fun.
Yeah.
Good ones tonight.
Yeah, I like this one too.
Spicy.
From Midnight Moon.
Okay.
I was wondering why I'm so interested in forensic science.
Couple different things that come up for you. The first one, which is coming up like right now. Okay, so in your present energy, medical intuitive comes up for you. So one of the things that happens with a lot of my students is that some of them are really drawn to forensics, or they're drawn to even becoming like a vet, or they're drawn to criminology, all kinds of things like this, biology, because they have medical intuitive abilities. This can also coincide with a psychic ability that makes you really skilled at solving crimes. So criminal investigations, missing persons, but it's also closely connected to paranormal work. Don't ask me why. It's a whole long story. It's kind of the darker, heavier, Scorpio-like stuff, of the universe. And certain people are just really, really skilled at handling it and actually enjoying it. And I feel that you have all that. I really do think that the medical intuitive aspect, your abilities to read stories off of someone's body physically, or their energy, even if they're at a distance, is where your true skill lies. And this can mean not only would you be good at forensics and things like this, or even solving crimes, but also that when people need a healing, you may be able to, quite frankly, prescribe, okay, or not prescribe, but like diagnose, what they're going through. I have so many clients where the doctors don't see anything, but I can see it because I can see past what the machines can do. And so with that skill, the possibilities are limitless on how you can help people. Yeah, You would enjoy the psychic mediumship course. We do criminal investigations, missing persons. We do medical intuitive, and we do all the paranormal stuff. All of it is part of the curriculum. Very interesting. You're definitely called to go into the field you're looking at. That's excellent. Fun.
This one is from Shelby.
Mm-hmm.
Says, should I go forward with getting my cat Stormy fixed tomorrow? I'm having anxiety about taking her.
Oh, I think so. I saw you getting a piercing, and I was like, is she going to get something pierced? Somebody else is going to get something pierced. I think it needs to happen. Yes. I don't think there's anything to worry about. I do think that it's important for you to not bring that worrisome energy, because the cat seems to pick up on it, and it's almost like you're making it worse. So the cat would be chill, but because you're not, the cat, don't forget, animals are very empathic. So if you're tense and you're nervous or you're negative or you're having a hard day, they absorb that. We do not, this is all about her right now. This is all about her right now, so calm, cool, collected, pray and manifest over those doctors. And I feel the person who's doing it is like very, very quick, has done a million of these, like could do them, with his eyes closed. There's nothing to worry about there.
But hopefully he doesn't do it with his eyes closed.
Well, that's be an interesting period thing, yeah.
This one is from A Black.
Okay.
I've been given an offer with a new company, Taino. Is this going to be a good fit?
Is Tanner a good fit? I think it is. I see 5 years of prosperity, and I see 2 years of increases. So we could be looking, and I also see you feeling at home. It takes you a while to calm down and settle into things. So a lot of that is up to you, whether or not you're going to feel at home or not. But you could, because the energy is consistent. And what do humans like? Okay, what do you like? Consistency. That shows, whether it be in character or at your job or with the company you're working for. It just shows some consistency. For the love of God, hard to find these days. So I see that being there. What I see the first 2 years is that we're talking about increases that may be about promotion for you. It could also be about pay increases, pay wages, or wage increases. And then it seems like 5 years of productivity, where I feel like we're expanding out. So you could even find that you could go into other positions or like build up your portfolio, get some new tricks up your sleeve. I feel good about it. Okay.
This is from Siobhan.
Okay.
I'm really drawn to liberation movements. Was wondering if I have Joan of Arc as a guide. My name comes from hers.
I don't think so. That's pretty rare to see. I don't believe that Joan of Arc became a guide, but a lot of people think that way, that guides are, like famous people. Guides were typically always guides. There's a hierarchy, and humans don't always become guides. That's fairly rare. Can happen. I don't feel in this case that it is. Could you be tapping into her energy a lot and tapping into her vibration for guidance? Absolutely. And I think that it's just more about even like your numerology, your astrology, your ability to tap into like you're an old soul, you've been around the block a few times. All of that really leads to that revolutionary, activism, reform type of a spirit. And so it's probably more that, and your name is a good reminder of what you came here to do. So this has more to do with your life contract and less to do with Joan of Arc as being a guide. Yeah. Well, it was great tuning in with you guys. I will see you at the free mini class. I've been putting up 1 to 2 free mini classes per week since the pandemic hit, called the Quarantine Series. To see a full list of them, hit the playlist button. This week we are talking about your karma. What's wrong with my karma? 5 techniques that you can use to increase good karma, eliminate bad karma. And if I don't see you there for that, I will see you back here next week. Thank you, Polly.
You're very welcome.
Thanks, everyone. Have a great night.